Jackson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Hassan Reddick in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. To throw is Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down. Ravens sending the punt team out there as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. To return is Johnson. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the handoff, it's Irvin. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Right back to Irving. And this a slight improvement over the previous possession. 2 started, but not gaining any either. It's third down.
No gain
Hey,
on the
alert
play.
33.
It's 3rd and 10.
Kings! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Watch out!
Now Mayfield. He's caught. He got Godwin. Still on his feet. And he will score again. Chris Godwin. Touchdown Buccaneers. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will extend this third quarter lead.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You see that? 180! What? 180!
On first down, they'll start to drive with Henry. Not much there, maybe a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Second down and 8. Jackson now. To the right side, he's got Andrews. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
You see that?
Now, Jackson. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Zion McCollum. And he tacks on a nice return to boot. He'll get this all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And we're off and running from Raymond James. On the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They give for the first time to Rashad White. Spins out of one stop. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Bucs have the first.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. Brought his best out with the very first carry and's got us off and running.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit. He's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
Regular. Hey, alert 33. Scott.
Here's Mayfield. He's got a man left. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Working quickly here.
Complete to Payne Durham.
Up.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Real.
First down, here's Baker. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Drew Tranquil with the pick. And the Chiefs get the football on the first turnover of the contest. All right, already seen how the rain can affect a game, and we might see it influence the offensive game plans for both of these teams moving forward. I know you played in a lot of this in your day, Brock.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, Kate, is a lot of times we talk about the grip, right? That's a natural thing with the gloves, with the quarterback. But it can also be vision. That rain, when it's coming down like this, can really make it tough to see.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock. You already got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Lasers this one deep down the middle. That would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. That sets up third down. And that's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them. The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
Third down, it's Mahomes. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. Mahomes to throw for it. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. And forget that was fourth down. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup on any play. And that gets him a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the first down.
Running right is Pacheco. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well.
And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Bucks to the line. First and 10.
Run, run, run. Good. Hey, 180. Good.
Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He takes it ahead for a healthy 7 yards. It's third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 2.
Once again, Irving. And his short game gets them a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Gain of 3 yards. And up
Hey, alert 33.
first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, alert 33. Regular. What?
First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, and it brings up second down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
He was unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. Offense up to the line fast.
Point it right.
It's third and 10.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. 7-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at third and still 10 here. Throw here, third down. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10.
Yellow.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, you know, the best of them take advantage of it.
Yellow.
First down throw, Mahomes. Won't get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
If it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
They'll go. It's Mahomes. Throw is caught by the back. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. And forget that was fourth down. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup on any play. That gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Running left with Pacheco. And he manages to find a little traction on that soaked field as he fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the first down play. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A second down run by Pacheco. This play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He rolls to his right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Yellow.
Now a give left side to Pacheco. Shut down after a gain of about a yard. That's going to bring up fourth down. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. On to try the field goal, Harrison Butker. This from the left hash.
A 28-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
2 drives and both of them ending in points. You don't even mind you only got a field goal there, Kate. They got to be ecstatic, exactly the way they wanted to start this one.
On the return, here comes Sean Tucker. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Return. The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Baker now from the gun. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes the play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
That's caught. It's Kate Otten. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That goes for 32 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot.
He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
Brings up second down.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What's up?
Mayfield now from the gun. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing third down.
Brings up third down.
Let's go!
Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Done!
Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And this one does not get close. He stopped after 3, and that's going to bring up fourth down. 10 seconds to go in our half, partner. We've got whistles. It's a timeout. Riley Dixon getting set to punt it once again. Chiefs have Nico Remigio out for the return. He fields this at the 18. All right, so they're only going to have enough time for one more snap here before we reach halftime.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before the half. That one finds Xavier Worthy. It's a race down the right side. Xavier Worthy. And somehow they breach the end zone with no time remaining in the half.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Butker to try the point after. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Will one defender fail? Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. And air it out on 3rd. He finds Worthy complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's 6.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up is a rematch of Super Bowl 55, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Mayfield. And his pass incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Mayfield to throw it. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
First and 10 at the 11.
Yellow. Spartan.
Again, it's Pacheco. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
A 7-yard gain. And the first down.
Mayfield on play action. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, alert! Watch out!
A run up the middle with Irving. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Run.
Mayfield down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. First catch there for Evans. Good enough for a first down.
Point it right.
At the 22-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving, a 22-yard scamper. And the Bucs are an extra point away from drawing level. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Chargers defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That ball caught. It's Rice. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards. After a one-point game, 7-6. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it, tries the left side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they get him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Mayfield. They're looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Buccaneer first down.
Running the toss to Irvin. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing, Mayfield. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 14 yards. Complete to Boogie.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
The 9-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. return. Here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills. And I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself, know your worth.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his running back out of the backfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw inside, completion to Rice. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First down, Buccaneers.
Here's Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's another Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 45.
Mayfield to throw it. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Pistol. 180! Regular! Hey, alert!
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Sends it out to Mike Evans.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is indeed good, and they have regained the lead. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free, but we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play.
Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead.
The score, Chiefs 21, Buccaneers 16. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Their own 34-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Irvin. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
King!
It's fourth down and less than a yard.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30.
14 yards.
Mayfield going to switch things up here.
A gain of 14. First down, Tampa Bay.
Back to throw now on first down. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Irving. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
A gain of 3. Brings up second and goal.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Cade Otton, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bucs have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Pacheco headed right. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Coming in to put a lick on it was Levante David.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes a receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys, frustrated, they're going to catch it in film.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9. Here's Pacheco once again. And he is going to lose yardage here. That second down play nets a -4.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Mahomes going to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
28-yard gain. And the Buccaneer first down.
Here's a handoff to Irving. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 62 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Once again, it's Irving. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
180! What's up?
Mayfield off the play fake. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's loose again. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here's Mahomes to throw. taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. They come up now on 2nd and 2. A give right side for Pacheco.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Mahomes to throw it. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Mayfield. Pass complete to Shepard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And that's complete to Shepard. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 1st down. Mayfield. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's Baker. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mahomes going to throw it here. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough.